Namaste, welcome to my channel. Today we can see how can parties reformed, and the same question can be asked in another way. Recent efforts and suggestions in India. In textbook it is written recent efforts and suggestions in our country to reform political parties and its leaders. So how parties can be reformed? What are the suggestions and efforts to reform political parties in India? Let us see. First point, the constitution was amended to prevent elected MLAs and MPs from changing parties. Now the law says that any MLA or MP changes parties, he or she will lose the seat in legislature. So the constitution amended is 52nd amendment that took place in 1985. According to that, prevent elected MLAs and MPs from changing parties. So that is known as if a elected member, that is MLA at the state level or a MP at the parliament level, if they change their position after got elected, that is known as defection. Here example I have written what about the election? So this law, the constitution amended, and that is known as anti-defection law. According to anti-defection law, we were able to bring down the defection. And what is defection? Let me explain with an example. Suppose Mr. A represented party X and he got elected. And after got elected, in order to become a minister or for cash rewards, he changes his party from party X to some other party. Most often that party may be the ruling party. So this is known as defection. That is switching from one party to another party. One party, what is the speciality of that party on which a person got elected? Maybe legislature at the state level or national level. So this is defection. So first point, the constitution is amended to prevent elected MLAs and MPs from changing parties. Then second point is Supreme Court. So I am asking you to concentrate the first point, one concept, the constitution, here the Supreme Court, to reduce the influence of money and criminals. But what are the steps done by Supreme Court to reduce the influence of money and criminals? Every candidate who contests election should file an affidavit. What about affidavit? Affidavit is telling about the property and criminal cases any pending regarding that candidate. That is, affidavit is a personal information about the candidate. So that is Supreme Court. It become mandatory. It become mandatory that the passed an order to reduce the influence of money and criminal that now it is mandatory for every candidate who contests election file an affidavit giving details of his property and criminal cases pending against him. The new system has made a lot of information available to the public, but there is no system. As two limitations are there. There is no system to check that what is given is correct. And another point is that as yet we do not know if it has led to the decline in the influence of rich and criminals. So first point, that is defection down. That really that is an anti-defection law. Yes, just understand that what is written in the textbook, that the constitution was amended to prevent elected MLAs and MPs from changing parties. This was done because many elected representatives were indulging in defection in order to become ministers or for cash rewards. So now the law says that if any MLA or MP changes parties, he or she will lose the seat in the legislature. This new law has helped bring election down. At the same time, this has made any dissent even more difficult. MPs and MLAs as have to accept whatever the party leader decides. Then coming to the third point, let me tell you children, while you are writing the points, listen. Suppose you are writing, this is the 27th question or 26th question. You can write these points here. Here you write the point. Okay. That way you study to write the point number here, right side of the margin. So only the question number should be written on inside the margin. So the third point is regarding election commission. The election commission has issued an order. In that order, the political parties should hold their organizing elections and file and the income tax returns. So they should have the organization elections and they should file income tax return. And it is written as in a formality, not clear evidence that they are having the internal democracy. So when you say about the third point, it is about the election commission. First one, it tells about the constitution. Second one, it tells about the Supreme Court. And third one, it is telling about the election commission passed an order making it necessary for political parties to hold their organizational elections. Organization elections means inside the party, they should have the election, properly they should have the election and file their income tax returns. The parties have started doing so, but sometimes it is mere formality. It is not clear if this step has led to greater Indian democracy in politics. Then, besides these, many suggestions are often made to reform political parties. So many more suggestions to reform political parties. So 3 points we have seen. There are the suggestions and efforts done by the government to reform political parties and leaders. Some more suggestions are there. What are they? First one, to regulate internal effect of regulate the internal affairs of political party. In order to regulate internal affairs of the political party, maintain register of its members. Yes, who are your party members? Maintain a register and follow its own constitution. So first point, maintain register of its own members. Second one, to follow its own constitution. Third point, to have as independent authority. So the first one, it should have made compulsory for it should have made compulsory for political parties to maintain register of its members. Second one, to follow its own constitution. Third point, to have an independent authority. It should have an independent authority and to act as a judge in case of party disputes. So it should act as an independent authority if there is a disputes in between the party members. And next point, to hold open election to the legislative, to the higher positions. So next point, to hold open elections to the highest positions. So all these are about the party. In party, whether it is Communist Party or Congress Party or BSP or BJP, whatever the inside the party itself, they should have should regulate the internal affairs of the political party. They should maintain the register of its members. It should follow its own constitution, that is party's constitution. Most often it is based on the manifesto, what are the ideologies and ideas they uphold, and to have an independent authority to act as a judge in case of in case of disputes inside the party, and to hold open election to the highest position, who should be the in charge of that party in particular state or at the center, like that, if it is a national party, isn't it? And so that is the first additional suggestions. And second one is that political parties, it is mandatory to give a minimum number of tickets, that is 1/3 to women candidates. A quota should be decided. And state funding of election, government should give support to the political party. Support could be given in kind, petrol, paper, telephone, or it could be cash on the basis of votes obtained in the last election. So that is the second point. So second point, political parties should have the minimum number of tickets, that is 1/3 to women candidates. Similarly, there should be a quota for women in the decision-making bodies of the party. So in the legislature we have seen, in the Nari Shakti Adhiniyam we have seen, 33% reservation in the legislature and center government and Delhi. The same way, the 33 or 1 by 3rd percentage of reservation should be given to women inside the party itself. That is, a quota should be maintained to women. And third point, the state funding should be given. That is, government should give fund to the political party to reduce corruption. It is not written corruption, but it is the aim. So, according to the votes gained by the political party, the government should give a fund to the party in kind, petrol, paper, telephone, or should be in cash. But all these things are based on the basis of votes obtained by the political party in the last election. So these are the suggestions. And after this, next paragraph starts that these suggestions have not yet been accepted by political parties. So that way also please focus on the next paragraph. Also you have studied some points. After what is the next paragraph, there are also some questions may be there. There are also some hidden questions. So this way these suggestions have not yet been accepted by political parties. What all suggestions? That way also the question can come. So that is all regarding the reforms, recent reforms and efforts and suggestions done in India to reform political parties and its leaders. Thank you all.